I'm back, but I've got a shaved head, everything's changed. Last time I filmed a video, I had longer hair, I also didn't have a moustache. I said that I was filming a tutorial for Clockify and how to create a client, and projects and tasks, and how to manage your time using Clockify, and basically a bit more of a deep dive on the bits that I went through in that first video. I'm now back filming it, although less hair. Let's get into it, and I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how to set up on Clockify and run you through the basics. Let's go. Cool, right, we're signed in, and first thing we're going to do when we get on this dashboard, because we want to be good to our eyes, we're going to go up here to the right and put on the dark theme. Way nicer. I don't like all that white screen. So pretty simple. I'm going to run through this really quickly, but you could make a video series about Clockify. There's loads to it, but the basics are you can start off by going on to clients, add a new client, Mr. Gregory, man, add that client, nice and easy. Then next thing we have to do before I can do any work, I need to find a project. So I go create a project, and I'm gonna call it websites for Greg's, not the sausage roll company, because I've got 3 G's, it's completely different. And then I'm gonna select my client, Mr. Gregory man, no template needed, pick a nice color. I'm gonna pick not the light blue, which is associated with Greg's, but orange. Oh, that's also Greg's. Dark purple. Now, when I've created my project, which I've assigned to my client, I can click on it and I can go into settings, and I can do a couple useful things here, like set the rate. This is currently in USD. You can go into the settings and change this to pounds, like I should have done, but I don't want to make this a really long video. And Mr. Gregory hasn't got much money, so he's only paying me $10 an hour. Unbelievable. We can have a whole conversation about setting rates with clients like Mr. Gregory. And yeah, so that's that. You've set your rate. There are some other settings, like again, you can change the color, whether things are going to be billable by default. If you want to set an estimate, like this project needs to be done in like 20 hours, and you get some tracking based off that, which is useful. Then in your project, you can add a couple tasks. So I need to do Greg's branding. I've got a design site. I've got to build the site. I've got to launch the site. So all that stuff is set up as tasks, and you can mark those as done once you're done with them, but they're all there for now. And yeah, you're all set up, so you can go back to the time tracker at the top and get rid of these little messages because it thinks we're new here, but I'm not new here, so you're not new here. We've been here for ages. On the time tracker page, you can find your projects and your clients all organized nicely, and I need to start working on Mr. Gregory man's website. So I'm going to start with the branding, because we need to figure out what his colors are saying and all that stuff before we can design anything. So I assign that task to that, with that project and that client, and then I can just write a little description, which is going to be really useful for me, so I know what I was just working on when I look at this another day. And when I'm looking at my time tracking, but it's also going to be really useful for the invoice that I send Mr. Gregory man, because I'm going to send my invoice to Mr. Gregory man, as well as a report from Clockify that shows my hours, so Mr. Gregory man knows I'm being honest and truthful, and I'm logging every hour that I'm working and not messing around or whatever, like I am right now. So yeah, this I will do starting brand guidelines, or just starting brand guidelines is a weird way of saying brand guidelines. And then you hit enter or you hit start. You can see I'm billing right now because that is highlighted. Tags is a whole nother thing, which I'm not going to go into now because it's a bit much. And yeah, I'm tracking time. While I'm tracking time, I'm doing work. yeah, that's an important thing. And then I can stop. You can modify these, which you could argue ruins the trust of using Clockify and Mr. Gregory Man trusting me in the first place, but we've just got to be honest. But let's just manufacture some time quickly. So it does look like I was doing a bit more work for Mr. Gregory Man. You can see what I just did there is I clicked play to resume the last task I was working on, or the task I just clicked on. And I'm quickly going to go in there, change to a different task. I'm going to stop that and again manufacture some time just so I can show you the reports. So first of all, we can go into the dashboard and we'll have a little breakdown of what we've been working on. I've only got one client, good, kind Mr. Gregory Man. So there's not much to see there, but we can also go into what is the really useful feature and go into reports. And here I can basically see all the time I've logged. This is a bit dumb because I've done brag guidelines for both things. I've launched a launching site. And yeah, basically super useful because I can get summaries showing everything I've worked on with some nice graphs. I can get detailed reports showing exactly each log that I've made. I don't know why I'm telling you about the logs I'm making, that's TMI. But here we go, the important bit. I need to send Mr. Gregory. I hit the print icon. I get a nice little PDF exported. I'm going to save here in my many downloads. And yeah, here we go. We've got a grand total of $7.45, which it's been calculated from the rate that we set. We can see all our hours. If you're doing tasks that you don't want to charge for or you shouldn't be charging for, but you still want to log them, that's why you've got total time and billable time. So say for example, something's run over, something broke and it was your fault, you want to log that time for yourself, or you have to do some research which you should have known but you didn't, and you've got to do that outside the scope of the project, stuff like that. That's where the whole billable thing is pretty useful, and you do that just by when you are logging time, you can just click the little dollar or pound icon, whatever currency you've got. Should be pounds for me personally, and then it's no longer billable. Then it'll tell you what projects you've been working on, which is useful if you've got multiple projects with one client, and then it will tell you what tasks. Oh well, so these aren't the tasks, sorry, these are actually the descriptions that you write. The tasks are for internal use, and yeah, the descriptions are what the client will see. Alright, that was a really quick run through of Clockify. There's way more for me to show you, so I'm going to be making a video series about how you can use Clockify to just revolutionize the way that you're interacting with clients and managing your time and logging everything. Is super useful. But yeah, that's it for now. Right, that's it. Now we know how to set up clients and projects and tasks on Clockify. We know how to track and log our time, and we know how to use it all to bill our clients, create timesheets and stuff like that. This was a short video explaining how to do all those things. I am going to do a deep dive on Clockify at some point. Maybe make like a video series, depending if this is useful to people. So let me know if it is useful in the comments below. Because yeah, there's so much more to go into in terms of like how you can use all the tasks and tags, which I didn't go into. And yeah, you can basically do a lot of useful stuff. And I can also talk about my best practices, what I do with clients when I use Clockify, how I use it with them. There's a lot to go into, so yeah, I'll get into that in a longer video series maybe. But yeah, if this was useful, please let me know, like the video, subscribe to my channel. I am actually going to be making videos. Currently I'm in Spain. I just got here about a week ago. Don't know when this video will come out, but I got here recently. I'm currently filming and making videos in Valencia. I'm going to be in Spain for the next few months, so I'm going to be making videos about being out here, traveling, working and doing all this kind of stuff. So yeah, stay tuned, and that's that. Bye.